Hello, greetings. This is Gillesmansillon. I am called to return today to continue to discuss certain ideas about the spiritual ascension path. This video, this message, this channel is dedicated to those who are interested in spiritual things, the world of the invisible. This is mainly the art science and philosophy of the non-being, of the law of one. And so what I'm seeking is really to synchronize with my soul plan. Once we're fully synchronized with our higher self, things flow, things unfold without having to struggle or to put too much effort into what we're doing. So we want to be abandoned into life, whatever, to trust. For people are a lot too serious. The problem in this world is people are taking their own point of view, their own ideas too seriously, their own point of view way too seriously, which create conflict, and they're taking themselves too seriously. Mostly in this area here, people are very, well, it's everywhere. And in some sense, it's for us to find ways to make them laugh, to ease up so they can, we can play, we can have fun, we can enjoy, because when it's serious, life is serious, and it's like, it's not that much fun, seriousness. And up there, they're not as serious about all this. When we ascend into the higher planes, life is not as serious. It is about joy, it's about play, it's about enjoyment, it's about sharing, it's about creating. And so it doesn't mean that there's certain things that are serious, but it's not to be taken, to take ourselves too seriously either. To know we're just going through a process, we're going through a path, and we want to enjoy it. So also to know that everybody is always doing the best they can. If they could do better, they would. So we always know we could do better. If we're self-aware, we know that there are certain things that sometimes we feel like we could do better. Our higher self tells us that there is sometimes we're not always on the up and up, always on top. But it's but if we could do better, we would. So it's about accepting the process. We are being educated, we've been groomed, we've been trained, we've been taught, we've been initiated into becoming something more. It's about letting go and trusting the process, and not to be too much judge of ourselves. The situation, I'm going to pull 10 cards with the Casanova tarot. It's a pretty traditional tarot. I kind of like it. It's about the moon. The moon is about bringing the balance between the masculine and the feminine. It's about moving from a lower emotional state to a higher emotional state. For the moon is the closest of all celestial body, and so it's right in our face. And what is in our face is the emotion. The moon rules over the emotion. She's a goddess. For a long time we felt like she was opposing the ascension, but for now she's like help us liberating our emotional body, so we can move beyond that reflection. So the moon still means that in the tarot, but it can be also very romantic. It's a very romantic and powerful. The moon is we're just coming out of this full moon. What goes around the situation is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is shining love, it's shining light, it's shining beauty. It's about coming out of the light, and just and you live in the light, and whenever you come into a relationship, you come out of the light with the light, and you break the light into situation. What we see before us is stagnation. It is we have to be patient. There is lack in communication here. It's like he's all trapped into that. So it's like we have to be patient. It's a card of patience. For there's going to be there is going to be something that Uranus is going to bring, something that's going to unlock the process. For we do have to do the inner work, address whatever your intuition tells you, but. There's going to be a shift in perspective for this. The two of one, the two of coins. For it's a big party. It's the card of luck. It's a card of we still have to keep a balance. But when you see the difference between this guy who's like really bored in his jail cell and those other guys that's like really having fun in this great party, so it's like there's going to be a shift from one day to the next, from nothing to everything, from isolation to connectedness. So to trust that, know that, be ready for that. What we have in our inner emotion, our hopes and fear, sorry, this will come later. For now, it's our subconscious, the past, what's below us, is the magician. We have been given great power. We already know that there are things that are coming to us. We're already empowered on the higher planes, and we have anchored those energies that they will resurface when it is the time. For now, the situation is the Eight of Coins. The Eight of Coins is, you heard somebody that's like overcoming a illness. So it's about being patient and allow things to unfold naturally. What's coming up in the near future is the Seven of Coins. It's like feeling the possibility of failure. Will it fail? Will it not? And so we want to, success and failure are just the same thing. It's like we want to let go of the idea of failure in order to move into the unfoldment. As we do that, we may find indolence. If you do, it's the lack of emotional clarity. If you feel yourself indolent, that means you need to act. There is something you need to react. You need to get your life in hands. It's like it's okay to be lazy, but it's like the common point in time when you have to react. And so. And once we do that, we find the Seven of Cup. The Seven of Cup is overaction. So we need to react, but not to be overactive. It's a fine line, a balance. Otherwise, we'll find ourselves it's like in indolence. The Eight of Cup, the cup are being drained because not a lot of action. In the Seven of Cup, there is like the cup there is too many options. We do not no longer what to choose. So it's about finding the right line, and we're gonna find. In finding the right line, we find the Knight of the King of Coins, and it's the harvest, it's the investor, it's everything comes into alignment. It is reflect, so you can reflect the light of the sun to others. Others can reflect the light of the sun to you. Our strength in the situation is the Ace of Cups. It's nothing short of the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail is an inner thing. It's something internal. And it's about being the love and incarnating the love as much as possible. No, you are love. It is your true essence, and you wanna be one day at a time. You wanna become more loving towards yourself and towards life. What comes to us from the outside world is the same card we had in the French reading. Is the Knight of Cups. Is somebody who wants to fulfill his sexual desires and passion. It's about finding the card of great passion, about being excited, and it's coming to us from the outside world. What we feel in our inner emotion, our hopes and fear, is the Hermit. It's about is the ability to stand alone, to hold the light of truth, to move, to seek in meditation the answers to our question, to enlighten the past of others. It is about looking into the future, not forgetting the past, but looking mainly towards the future and connecting to the now. For in the fifth dimension, there is no more future or past. Everything is here and now. But right now, we're projecting, we're working with the fourth dimension in creating a dream life and seeking to bring that into this physical reality. And the outcome is beautiful outcome is the Two of Cups. It's love, it's sharing this, it's finding the balance between things, it's the equilibrium, it's the sharing, it's intimacy. So it's very romantic, it's a lot of love and potential. Do not let the delays or stagnation or do not be overactive, do not be lazy. It's kind of like finding the right balance. I hope this will resonate with you, for we're all going through certain process. And so because we do want to visualize. The more we visualize, the more we familiarize ourselves with what we want. If you're a sports person and you go into a competition, see yourself, you're already as the winner, as overcoming, when you can project yourself to the end of the process and visualize yourself at the end. If we have a health problem, we have to see ourselves as healthy. If we are struggling, when we see ourselves outside of the problem, abundant, visualize an abundant bank account, that you feel like you have unlimited resources to draw on from. And the more you visualize that, the more you will attract the condition for healthy financial situation. See the world as pristine, as clean, as clear as the world of peace. It is very important. For we are soul that descended our soul never descended below 5/5 dimension. It is just a part of our consciousness that has been sent into this to participate in this drama, comical drama of reality here. But some souls have descended into the lower fourth dimension to control the program. It's called dark souls. But in truth, they do not exist there. Really, it is just a project, an eternal. They're trying to in a sense, the soul is an eternal. You are soul. We are the soul, and as part of the soul, we are connected to the Supreme Being. There is no choice in relationship to that. We are part of the Supreme Being, and I'm going to put some links below if you have time, if you're interested. There is both text and audio about the nature of the Supreme Being. It's from the Urantia book. It's not an end in itself. There are certain things that it's saying and other things that it's hiding, and it's like, but it will inform you in a little bit in relationship to the nature of God, the nature of the Supreme. And there are 3 or 4 files that teach about the Supreme Being, God the Supreme, the Supreme Ultimate. And so if you have time, you can look it up. It's a great book, a great education about the spirit realm, yet it hides a lot of things, and it has to hide a lot of things for us to discover those things by ourselves. So it's not an end in itself, but it will provide some good information about the nature of the Supreme. I also wanted to say that sometimes when you feel like on the low, yesterday I wasn't feeling good. I was feeling like I should do like Empédocle, the great philosopher, who was just jumped into the volcano of the Etna to fuse with the light and return to the source. But of course I didn't do it. But I was feeling like I move into self-destruction mode. It's like I feel like I'm really pissed off at myself for not manifesting all the everything I want to, or to feel like I'm a failure. So you got to pass through. For spirit is patient and allow us to transmute those energies. For me, I don't know if you ever go through that, but there's those days where you feel like you're on a crusade to against yourself. It's like, wow, thank God, it's like we are able to move beyond that. For also, if one said that if there is no respect in a relationship, there is no need to continue the relationship. Because if you accept like somebody that does not respect you're opening the door for more disrespect. Those things that are so it's about. It's about, without judgment, release the relationships. If there is no respect, then there is no need for continuing the relationship. And we want to bring in the higher self. The higher self is always in power, always calm, always in joy, always in control. It's when we get angry or we get sad or we get, it's because it's the ego that has taken control over our programming. Also, I'm going to put a few cards and then mention something. So the highest wisdom is imprisonment or slavery. We want to be free. We are created so free. We created imprisonment and slavery for ourselves. We had the power to create anything. So let us recreate a free energy, a free space. Let us pray to be assisted by Spirit, to be guided, so we can create this freedom, and then we'll find the highest wisdom to be karmic relationship. Because of our connection to the others, we'll be able to find this flow, to find this harmony. And this karmic relationship, we'll be able to blend in this man and woman, to be blended in, to be integrated. And on that level, I wanted to say that, of course, we want to attract the most perfect partner in the physical plane. It's natural, a biological being. We're created as sexual beings, so we want to attract a partner that complements us. It's the natural process. God designed the program like that. But we also have an energetic partner. Means if we're a man, we have an invisible, immortal woman that's perfect for us, that exists on the higher plane, and we want to descend. It's the fusion of the soul and the astral body. If we're a woman, we have this perfect male energy that can come and complement it. It's called the Ba and the Ka in the Egyptian tradition. And so you can, the more you are able to bring in your complement from the higher planes, the easier, the more complete you will be, and the more you will be able to attract the perfect partner on the outer plane as well, that will complement you. So it is all. It's what the Buddha discovered. I've discovered that. It's like ecstatic when those two parts meet. It's like a cosmic orgasm. It's joy. It's like it's beyond anything that can be expressed with words. But I could not keep the connection. It's just like something that's been shown to me, that because I'm connecting to this energy. But the Buddha, the God and the Truth by God explained that the Buddha has actually made this connection so solid. Those two parts never separate themselves again. That's what makes the Buddha always joyful, always ecstatic, always full of laughter and joy. So it's about we know that we all have this other part of ourselves that's complementary, that exists on the higher plane, and we want to bring it in whenever we need, because when those two parts come into connections, where love, romance is so powerful, when you meet somebody, there is this great deal of new energy that is coming as the fusion of two souls. For here, it is the fusion between the astral body and the soul that makes it, that creates also this ecstatic energy, this wholeness. Well, I hope this message will serve you, and that you will be able to practice those things that will bring you into joy, into perfect alignment with whatever you choose, whatever your life plans are. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting. What we need to understand is community life, to create this community, this brotherhood, this sisterhood, this life on the planet where everybody will be fully enjoy. For it will take time, for it all goes through education, the acceptance, stop fighting egos, fighting each other. It's about accepting things, and it's also understanding how to create new models of society where people will feel included and will all of this will come into alignment. I'm going to write finish my Spirit was talking about my book. I will publish it soon, and I'm going to write a second book that will be dedicated to ideas or direction that will allow to move from this society that we are now to a more galactic society, like Plato in the Republic was already introducing this idea of this ideal city, how this community can work together as one. Of course, I'm going to evolve the process. Since then, we've evolved in 3,000 years. What we need to do is wisdom. Call on your unicorn, call on your guides, call on your master guides, call on your guardian angels, call on your creator. Allow the wisdom. Wisdom is something that's not exhaustible. It's a force that goes through us, that shows us always something higher. So it's about, even if we have a lot of knowledge, we have to know that wisdom is, we always can use more wisdom in utilizing the power. Wisdom is the socialization of love. It's many things, but it is about finding the means by which to achieve things as well. And the outcome is departure or living. There's great traveling. There's this, at the end of the cycle, we have to be free to move on. So let us not hold on to the past. So, well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I'm going to sing a song. Behind me, this is a portrait. She's like it's a lady that's like very mysterious eyes, and she's got the seal of Solomon. She's got naked breasts, and she's got a necklace with the seal of Solomon. And here is an astronomical portrait painting about the 150 major planets of the solar system. And just to show, I started working a couple of days ago on some paintings. They're kind of funny. They're not quite finished yet. Well, this one is the most finished, not finished, but it's the most evolved ones. It's a portrait of Picasso. I might just sign Picasso on this, and on the back there is his chart. I'm going to work a little bit on the back too. It's astrological chart. This is a portrait of Henri Matisse. It probably won't stay yellow on the back. Something's going to happen. It's a portrait of Henri Matisse with his astrological chart. It's part of my series of dedication to. And this one's not finished also. It's the list evolved. It's supposed going to be a portrait of who you know. No need to say who's that. It's going to be that. It's Salvador Dali, but I haven't started. I have to work on this guy. And so I'm going to do many more of those little portraits. They're just amusing me, and it's like bringing the energies of those great artists that I love into my environment. We'll finish with a song, and I'll pull one more card. It's a song that celebrates the beauty of each day, the beauty of each morning. It's called Morning Has Broken. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world. Sweet the rain you fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness where his feet pass. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light, hidden so plain. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day. Morning has broken like the first morning, blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world. Thank you very much for staying till the end. Thank you, Cat Stevens. He's changed his name now, but he's a beautiful songwriter, very spiritual. And I'm going to pull one more card, maybe two more cards, and we'll see what the bottom and the top. So on the bottom, we have the Empress, the Archangel Gabriel. It is time to manifest your project. Your creativity is being rewarded. Luxury and abundance. So it is very much about that, about being. And on top, we have the Ten of Gabriel. Ask the angel to place the people needing to help you on your way. You are working too much. You are doing too much to please others. So think about yourself. It's not about being unkind. It's about being kind. To first think about yourself. Think about not to comply. You don't have to always be in compliance, to spend all your time trying to comply to everybody else's demand or everybody else's needs. Think of yourself and relax, enjoy yourself, take a break, take a vacation, to make yourself feel so happy that others will have to comply to you, because your level of consciousness will be, your level of joy and energy will be higher than theirs, and they will have no choice but to comply to you rather than having to comply to their demands because they are not happy and they want you to fulfill that function. It was just an idea, but the card was suggesting that it's like we have to react if we're oppressed. It's because we are trying to fit into other people's demand. So let us not do that. Let us take care of ourselves and stay in joy. And thank you very much. Namaste.